Don't miss CCGCastle.com, best place for Pokemon trading card game. You can find singles for standard, legacy, or expanded format, sealed products like booster box, teams, team decks. With TCG Center 5 code, you will get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCG Castle. Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at another, I should say, budget deck project, and this is Garchomp with a Carbink break from the Fates Calais. So the Garchomp first time was printed in the Breakpoint. It's 130 HP fighting Pokemon with 2 strong attacks, of course, stage 2, free retreat, and weakness on the grass. Grass is pretty much unpopular at this moment. There is nothing good at the grass Pokemons at all, at least that Vespiquen and Vileplume, but it's not a big deal, I guess. Of course, Turbo Assault for 60, attach an energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemons, and bite off 80 plus 80 if your opponent's active Pokemon is Pokemon EX. So basically, with one strong energy, you can hit for 180 with the bite off and with the one regular basic fighting energy. Your opponent EXs, and with the Muscle Band, you can pretty much one-hit knockout Z-Guard, which is definitely a strong card. Also, Garchomp is a stage 2, so it's not that easy to put him in the play. But if you play Korrina, for example, you can search your deck for a fighting Pokemon and item card, so you can easily grab your Gable and something like a rare candy, so you can actually be 100% sure that you can have your Garchomp turn 2 into play. For support, I'm also running Carbink and a Carbink Rake with the Safeguard and a Diamond Gift. Basically, Carbink is a damn good card because it has that Safeguard ability which can prevent all effects of attack, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent Pokemon EXs. And also, Carbink Break says with one single energy, Diamond Gift can attach 2 energies from your discard pile to one of your fighting Pokemon in play. So you can also combine between Diamond Gift and a Garchomp, Turbo Assault, and bite off for energy acceleration or just for the finish. Also, Jirachi with the Stardust, who can help you to discard a special energy attached to one of your opponent's active Pokemon, and if you do that, you can prevent all damage of attacks, including damage down to this Pokemon during your opponent next turn. The last man standing in this deck is, of course, Shaymin with the setup. I'm playing a single one. When you play this card from your hand into the bench, you can drop 6 cards. You can drop the cards until you have 6 in your hand. So if you get pretty much nothing in your turn, in your opening hand, just a single Korrina, you can go with Korrina for the Ultra Ball, and for example, Gable or Carbink, and you can grab Ultra Ball for the Shaymin and drop cards until you have 6, so that can help you a lot. 16 Pokemon, 34 trainer cards, and 10 energies. So from item cards, I'm running 1 Battle Compressor. A single Battle Compressor because I don't have too many space in this deck. Definitely you need to have at least 1 Battle Compressor. It will help you to discard up to 3 cards from your discard pile. From your deck to the discard pile, they can be pretty much energy cards for Diamond Gift acceleration or any kind of supporter card you actually need. Single Escape Rope, it's always too good to have in this deck. It can force your opponent to switch one of his benched Pokemons. And you can also switch one of your benched Pokemons, but pretty much with the Garchomp you can have free retreat, which is definitely good. A single Professor's Letter, just in case if you start with the Korrina and no energy, you can hit Korrina for Pokemon and Professor's Letter for 2 energies, so definitely good to have. Triple Rare Candy, so you can evolve from into the Garchomp. A copy of Secret Dash, which can help me to shuffle 5 Pokemon from my discard pile back into my deck, so that's definitely a good card because I'm just running a 4 line of the Garchomp, but they're pretty much only attackers, so that's the reason why I'm running a single Secret Dash without Super Road, because you don't need to have Super Road in this deck because you can just put energies back with the Diamond Gift or with the Turbo Assault. The second thing I have also in this deck is a Starling Megaphone. It can help me to discard all tools attached from each of my opponent Pokemon in play. I'm not running a Xerosic, but I'm running a Starling Megaphone because it can easily be grabbed with the Korrina. 3 Trainer's Mails, 2 Ultra Balls. Oh, I almost said 4 Ultra Balls. I'm running pretty much in 90% of my decks 4 Ultra Balls. So a double Ultra Ball for that Shaymin and Carbink Break, and also 4 VA Seekers definitely need to have in this deck. Another supporter, from supporter cards, I'm running a single Hex Maniac who can help me a lot against those Greninjas, but pretty much against Trevenant and any other item lock deck like Vespiquen Vileplume. But I think against Vespiquen Vileplume you don't have a good chance to win. Against Trevenant, I don't know what to say about Trevenant. I mean, it have resistance on you You also have that item lock. You depend on the item, so I guess it's not a favorable against Trevenant. 4 copies of Karina, of course, search your deck for fighting Pokemon and item card reveal and put into your hand. Karina definitely good. You have so much options with Karina. Trust me, you need to have Karina in this deck. Without Karina, this deck does not make any sense. Single Lysander, only 4 draft supporters, 2 Ents and 2 Professor Sycamore. Since you have that Karina, you pretty much don't need too many draft supporters, and also you have 1 copy of Shaymin, so Shaymin can also help you a lot. I decided to run Training Center instead of Fighting Stadium, because Training Center can actually increase the HP and durability on my Garchomps for 30 more. And to be honest, why would you run that Fighting Stadium for God's sake? Because you just don't need it. I mean, it's better to have 30 more HP instead of 20 more damage input, because you can pretty much one-hit knock out any EX in play. So for me, it's totally necessary to have that stadium. It's better to have Training Center. Also, single Floatstone can help me by a lot. 3 copies of Focus Sash. If the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to has full HP and would be knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, that Pokemon is not knocked out and its remaining HP become 10s instead, then discard this card. Definitely strong card. If your opponent can one-hit knock out your fighting Pokemon in play, it's not going to happen. You will survive and you will have 1 extra turn for attack, so I definitely love this card. I definitely love this card. Focus Sash, the best thing that they printed for the fighting support. Also single Muscle Band, 10 energies, 4 strong, and 6 fighting energies, so pretty much 60 cards in total. Of course, this deck is pretty much strong against EX decks, a little bit weaker against item locks, but of course if you can start first, you can definitely take some advantage if you get lucky, and pretty much either way win. But for example, if you play against item lock that's like Whisper Queen Vileplume, then there's a not big chance that you can actually win it. In my opinion, I personally tried to play against it, and it's the first matchup you can get. You also have that weakness. So, for example, Whisper Queen can hit you for like turn 1 with 6 Pokemons in the discard pile for the knockout, even with the 5. So it's very hard to beat it. But for example, on the other side, against Seismitoad, I should say easy work, especially with the Carbink. Seismitoad cannot do early pressure with the damage. You can just set up your Garchomp and start to rock and roll. So, if you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. I put you the link in the video description. By typing TCG Center 5 code, you can also get 5% discount on your purchase, so keep that in mind. Let's try to play 1 or 2 games, depending on how long and how good they are going to be. I will definitely try to play against 1 non-EX deck, so you can see it against non-EX deck, and against 1 EX deck, so you can see both non-EX and EX decks in action against this Garchomp deck. So you can actually make your decision. Would you like to run something like this or not? Is it worth to spend your money on that or not? So let's go to the game test. Alright guys, so let's try to test this deck. I will choose my hands on the coin flip, and I will actually want that coin flip so I can start first. By going first, I can set up pretty much as well if I can hit my Karina. So far, no Karina in my opening hand, but there's a Trainer's Mail, so maybe with the Trainer's Mail I can hit Karina, but it's not the end of the world. I still have my N in my hand, so even if I don't hit something like a Battle Compressor or Karina, I'm pretty much happy because I can go with my N. So there's a Floatstone. And I'm going to attach one of my energies down to my Jirachi just to thin more cards from my deck. And there's a Gable. Oh my goodness. So this does not look good at all. All I can do right here actually is just to pass the turn and hope that I can get a better hand next turn. So there's a level ball for my opponent. A dead Remoraid in the active spot is a big deal. At least he's not able to retreat and do stuff like that. So there's a Muscle Band for that Noibat. Oh, unfortunately for him, it's my turn. So at least I can attach 1 energy card. I can for retreat since I have it. And I can use at least my Santam for the 40, and he is not able to retreat during his next turn, of course, if he does not evolve into the Octillery. one Noibat just hits the ground. I really don't like those Noibats, but I do have something like Jirachi, and Jirachi can actually help me by a lot against Noibat Break, because I have that Stardust ability, and if he have any double Dragon Energy, I can just easily scrap it. Of course, I need to get heads on that coin flip. That's also another part of the game. And there's a Trainer's Mail. Come on, give me something like a Korrina. Alright, so there's a Korrina. And actually, right now, it's a little bit better, because with the Korrina, I can grab something like, I don't know, Garchomp. And I can grab something like an Ultra Ball. And I can actually expand my bench for a few more cards. So this is going to be Ultra Ball for Focus Sacred Ash and a Training Center for that Shaymin EX. I'm going to attach my Garchomp into the active. And he's also going to get one more Strong Energy. And Shaymin EX for the setup, so I can grab 5 more cards. I almost said 4. It's not 4, it's a 5. Now there's also Focus Sash, but I think there's no point of playing it. But maybe I should actually do that. So I'm going to discard 2 of my Strong Energies in my discard pile and something like a Professor Sycamore, just because I have my V Secret in my hand and I don't know what should I do for the next turn. There's a Ultra Ball for M and a Rare Candy. And I'm going to grab right here another, I don't know, Gable, so I can put it down onto my bench. I need to set up another Garchomp for the attack, who is going to get that Focus Sash. So I can hit for 120, 140. Well, let's just, I mean, it really doesn't matter who's going to take it. I will just put it onto the active just in case he might hit me with something like... if he hits me with something like, I don't know, Noivern Break for 150, I might find myself in trouble, so that's the reason why actually Focus Sash is not that bad on my Garchomp. So that Octillery just falls down, I'm able to draw 1 extra card, and it's a Korrina, so a Noivern just hits the ground. So that's the Noivern with the Bomb Burst. If you're not familiar with the Bomb Burst, it says that this attack does 30 damage to each of your each of your opponent's Pokemon in place, but even worse, there's a Noivern Break, as I mentioned it. This is going to be Energy Attachment. Right now, he can hit for only 80 plus 20, which is 100, which is 100. But with Professor's Birch Observation, there's a more chance that he can actually put 2 more cards down to the bench and hit for pretty much a knockout. But since I have that Garchomp with Focus Sash, I'm going to survive this. So 1 more card it needs to put into just a Bomb Burst. Alright, so I talked too much, but he decided to go with the Bomb Burst. I'm going to go with my Korrina right here. I'm going to grab Garchomp. And I'm also going to grab something like Rare Candy. I do need Hex Maniac right here, so actually I should discard Hex Maniac with my Battle Compressor. I don't know why I didn't do that. Right now I'm depending on the coin flip, which can be definitely very annoying. At least I have double Garchomp in play. This is going to be just Turbo Assault. I mean, 130, there's no chance that I can actually one-hit him knockout. I can hit him maximum for 120, so I guess Turbo Assault is a little bit better. If I can hit heads, I can charge 1 of my energies down to another Garchomp. And I can have actually next Garchomp ready to attack. So unfortunately, I was not able to attack him, I mean to damage him, but at least I can charge 1 energy onto my Garchomp down to the bench. And there's a Skylab. So right now with the Skylab, he can probably put pretty much any card in his hand and actually knock me out. I'm in a bad position after that, that's for sure. There's a Evo Soda, so it's probably going to be Double Dragon Energy and the knockout. Oh no, no, he just decided to go with the Bomb Burst. Okay, I'm a little bit confused because he was able to just hit with the Noivern Break for the knockout. What should I do right here? Go with my V-Seeker actually for Professor Sycamore, because my another Battle Compressor is just in my prize cards and I cannot discard a Hex Maniac in this situation. So there's a training center. This is going to help my Garchomp to stay alive a little bit, and there's also some Starlight Megaphone, so I can remove that damage from it. Escape Rope. Escape Rope is a good card, and I'm going to use it because with my Escape Rope I can actually get rid of my opponent as well as from play and knock it out with my Garchomp. Probably I will just retreat down to my another Garchomp, or maybe not. Not sure. Do I have any energy card that in my discard pile? Yes, I do have. So I can actually go with my Turbo Assault, start to put some energies down to the Shaman, so I need to go with my Sky Return before I lost my Shaman. Pretty much 2 more turns of attack for my opponent, and my Shaman is going to fall down. There's another Professor Sycamore. I'm still looking for that Hex Maniac. Without Hex Maniac, I still need to flip that coin to knock out my opponent, Noivern and Break. But there's a good chance that I can actually knock him out next turn with my Bite Off, so there's another round of the Bomb Burst. And thank God I have that Training Center in play, which can actually help me to prevent my opponent from knocking me out. So this is going to be a VS Seeker right here for, I don't know, for Karina. Let me see what I can find. I need something like another Gable down to the bench, that's for sure. But what should I take? I don't have any more training. Let me see. I can grab actually Professor's Letter. With Professor's Letter, there's a better chance that I can hit Hex Maniac if I, of course, grab 2 of my energies. So I need to grab 2 of my energies from the deck. And right now, there's a big decision. I need to take a risk, decide if I want to Sky Return or just go with the Bite Off. If my opponent hits Tails, his Noivern is knocked out. And yes, it's knocked out, so my Shaman is going to be active for a few more turns. But I guess I'm just looking forward to use my Sky Return for the next turn. But even if he just can hit Noivern with Double Dragon Energy, he can again use Bomb Burst and knock out my Shamaniac, so there's Noivern. So he can knock out my Shamaniacs, and even worse, he can knock out my Garchomp, so he can grab 3 prizes, and there's a judge. Oh my goodness, so there's a huge judge. I'm going down to the 4 cards. Carbink Break, Gabite, Professor Sycamore. Oh, so he does not have Double Dragon Energy. So I'm going to play my Gabite and Professor Sycamore. I hope I can find right here Hex Maniac, and maybe... Oh, again, no sign of the Hex Maniac, so... That's bad. But I think right now it's time to Sky Return. I mean, I need to use Sky Return. I don't have another option right here. All I can really do is just go with my Sky Return. He hit that heads, but at least I can put my Shame back into my hand and actually scrap the damage off that my opponent can do to me. Pretty much who's going to be in the active spot. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to promote my Garchomp. I'll let him have that Gable. Who knows, maybe he can just remove the stadium from play, and in this situation I can find myself in trouble. Another judge. Okay, at least I have right now Shaman in my hand, so with the Shaman I can maybe try to find a Hex Maniac so I can actually knock out my opponent Noivern without flipping a coin. And that's the case that I was talking about. My Garchomp is going to be discarded because he just decided to remove the stadium from play. And there's a Double Dragon Energy, so he's able to use that Bomb Burst. Oh my goodness. It's very hard to play against that luck on the coin flip, so... Again, I need to flip a coin right here, and I hope I will get heads. Oh, I hope my opponents will get tails, and he just get that tail, so I'm able to knock him out, and I can also attach one of my strong energies to my Garchomp. And I still need to grab 2 prizes. If I want to win, all I really need is to take a Lysander and grab one of his Hydreigions from play, Hydreigion EX, and knock them out. But I need to get Lysander. So if I want to get Lysander, I need to top deck something like a Shaman maybe. Oh, there's an Enhanced Hammer, so another round of a judge. So let's see. I still have second Garchomp ready to attack. And there's a Corina and a double VS Seeker. So I can even go with my double VS Seeker for the next turn or even for this turn. Not sure yet. I still need to knock out that Noivern, but it's not a problem anymore. I mean, he cannot attack right now with the Bomb Burst, so I'm safer now. Let's see, what do I have left in my deck with Corina? I have Carbink, I have Hex Maniac. I need to get that Hex Maniac and a Carbink. I need to get Carbink and Energy so I can actually, and the Fox Sash so I can actually thin my deck by a little bit more. Do I actually want to attach my Carbink down to the bench? Well, I guess I won't. I don't have another option, to be honest. I will also attach one of my energies down to my Carbink just in case, and this is going to be a Turbo Assault. He get hit head, so he just prevent that damage off, and I will attach one of my strong energies down to my Garchomp. For the next turn I have my VS Seeker, so all I can do is hope that I can top deck either way Shaymin EX. Oh, there's a Judge, so there's a good chance that I can hit Shaymin from the 4 cards of the Hex Maniac, so... Oh, there's a Hex Maniac and a VS Seeker, so I'm pretty happy with that. So he's still not able to attack, and I will just surprise him. I will just play down that Hex Maniac, and I can use Bite Off for 140, which is pretty much enough for that knockout, since Noivern does not have resistance on the fighting Pokemons. It's a little bit weird, but it actually does not have. And there's another Garchomp, but I guess there's no chance that I can actually play it. I don't have any rare candy left in my deck, the same as a Goodbye, so that Garchomp is useless, and actually my opponents just quit because he was not able to do pretty much nothing else in this matchup. So let's play a little bit, one more game, and after that we can go to the final conclusion for this Garchomp. Alright guys, welcome back to the game number 2. I just lost that coin flip, so I'm going to start second. Probably. By going second I can actually start to use my... I can't actually use anything. I need to go first, and then on my turn 2 I can actually use my Diamond Gift on the Carbink break, but never mind. I started with my Carbink in the active, so I can just shut down my opponent EX's attacks without Hex Maniac. They'll not be able to attack. A double Gardevoir and a Spritzy with the Fairy Energy in play. There's a Trainer's Mail for my opponent. Let's wish good luck to our opponent. There's a Trainer's Mail for that Professor Sycamore, and I hope I can top deck with my Trainer's Mail. Either way, Battle Compressor or maybe Corina, so I can actually use it. I think that Corina should be better than the Battle Compressor, to be honest, because with the Corina I can actually play my VS Seeker next turn again for the Corina, so I think that's a little bit a better option. So there's a Max Elixir, and he can actually accelerate a little bit of his Gardevoirs, and a Hoopa EX. Hoopa EX is a very badass card. I really like it. To be honest, this is my favorite Hoopa EX art, the promo one. I don't have any cards. I don't have card promo Hoopa. I just have 2 regular from the Ancient Origins. I guess they're from Ancient Origins. But this promo looks just badass. Top deck Professor Sycamore. I need to think a little bit right here. If I can get Corina, I will definitely play it. I was not able to find Corina, but I can grab that Hex Maniac in this situation and go with my Professor Sycamore, so I can also discard that Hex Maniac, which I don't need. You gotta be kidding me, no energy. No energy, no party, I guess. So I'm going to pass. I hope I can top deck energy and a Carbink for the next turn. I mean Carbink break, because I just want to also get something like Battle Compressor and stuff like that. I need definitely to start accelerating my Pokemon on the bench. I definitely need to give some energies to my Gables and try to attack and try to evolve into Garchomp as soon as possible. At least I have my rare candy, so I can hit one of my Garchomps. Yeah, I mean, all my opponent can do right here is pretty much pass the turn without Lysander or Escape Rope. He's not able to attack, because the Safeguard is just a very good card. There's an N. I guess it's good. As long as I can hit Energy Card and Corina, I'm going to be very happy. Again, no Corina, but at least I hit that Energy Card. I miss something. I miss something, and that's very notable. What do I don't need right here? I can discard one energy, and do I want to discard my Corina? I guess I want to do that. So at least I can remove his Stadium from play, but I'm not sure if I want to do this yet. But I'm going to do that. Since I can also play my Lysander, I can try to Lysander his Hoopa into the active spot. And I'm going to pass. Without Stadium card, there's no chance that he can actually even try to retreat. But again, I can hit for 80 next turn with my Carbink. There's a Fairy Garden, so he just responded very quickly. I hope this is going to be another round of the N. Oh, thank God, another round of N, so I couldn't get better, to be honest. So there's no chance to do the Hexmaniac or the Lysander. I'm going to be good for now. And right now you can see why the Carbink is important in this deck. It might not be good, and it might not be so fast if you play against the non-EX decks, but definitely if you play against pure EX deck that actually depend on those Pokemons who actually need to have EX as attacker, they're pretty much useless, because you can actually do a lot of problem to your opponent with the Carbink break. So there's a Float Stone, and I'm going also to play my Shaman EX right here, so I can actually get 4 more extra cards. Maybe I can hit another Rare Candy, maybe even Corina. So yes, there's another Rare Candy. A double Garchomp. And I also have VS Seeker right here, so I'm going to grab with my VS Seeker another Corina, and I'm going to play definitely that Corina for another Gable, and I'm looking forward for maybe Starling Megaphone. Definitely not bad card. I'm going to scrap that tool that my opponent have attached, and I'm going to use my Diamond Gift. The good thing right now is, what's the good thing right here? The good thing is that I have my Garchomp ready with a Focus Sash. The second good thing is, even if he decide to attack me with his Xerneas, there's a little bit of the catchy, because my Carbink has 110 HP, and pretty much he cannot one-hit me knockout, and he needs to discard one of his energy cards. Then I can try to respond with my Garchomp, of course. Or maybe even better for me, I can go with my Escape Rope and just take an easy knockout over one of my opponent EX's Pokemon from play. So this is definitely what I'm going to do. Still, after that, I can play my I can also play my Professor Sycamore. So let's go with Escape Rope and let's see what my opponents are going to promote. Probably a Hoopa, because he does not need Hoopa, but he's going to lose 2 prizes, that's for sure. By losing 2 prizes, I can actually get a huge advantage. Definitely a huge advantage, and all I really need is to just find my VS Seekers for those Lysanders, and I'm pretty good. So he decided to give me Aromatisse. I'm going to promote my Garchomp. I'm going to play my Professor Sycamore right here. So, what do I hit right here? I hit another Gigabyte. I do have strong energy, so I can use it. The question is, do I have any of my energies in my discard pile? No, I don't have, so I can just use my Turbo Assault for the 100. It's enough for the knockout. At least he is going to lose that Aromatisse, so no more Fairy Transfer for him. At least that's a something. So I also managed to find another strong energy, which can help me by a lot. I mean, probably even if he's able to evolve into the Mega Gardevoir, he can hit me just for 5 energies in total. This is not a big attack, to be honest. There's a teammate, so probably that's going to happen. A Gardevoir and something else, maybe Spritzee. So Gardevoir can hit for 150. I really miss the stadium right now in play because my Garchomp would have 160 HP. And also, I miss my another Garchomp with my Focus Sash. I don't know why I didn't decide to go with him into the active spot, but I guess not a big deal. I still have that Focus Sash, so I can just easily bring them back into my deck. So there's a Gardevoir and a Super Road. Since that Gardevoir already has 40 damage on it, it's going to be knock it out next turn from my Garchomp attack, because I can hit for 180. Even without energy attachment, it's going to be enough damage for the knockout. So this is going to be 180. Oh, very nice top deck. I couldn't get better top deck, to be honest. A Secret Dash. Before I decide even to go with something else or with attack, I'm just going to play N, so I can get a fresh hand of the 5 new cards. And oh my goodness, I hit 4 energies and Professor's Letter, so never mind. Just a Baito for the knockout, so it's 180. I can draw 2 extra prizes. I'm going down to the 3 prizes, and all I really need to do right here is to get something like VA Seeker for the Lysander, so I can easily knock out those Gardevoir and Hoopa that actually my opponent have left in his on his bench. On the other side, I can also use my Turbo Assault right here, so I can accelerate a little bit more one of my Pokemon on the bench. So probably I'm going to use that. So there's a VA Seeker for N. I'm going down to the 3 cards. My opponent is going down to the 5 new cards. I still think that I'm in the better position right now because, yeah, I'm definitely in the better position. You can hit for 100. I can use my Turbo Assault, hit for 80, and attach another strong energy to my Bite on the bench. It also have that Focus Sash attached on it, so oh, even better, there's a Karina, so I can grab my Garchomp, and I can grab even one of my other cards like VA Seeker for the next turn, so I can actually use my Lysander. This is going to be a Garchomp. I can still attach one of my energies, so probably one of my energies are going to be attached onto the Carbink, and this is going to be a Turbo Assault for 80, and another Garchomp is going to get one of strong energies. Alright, very nice. So for the next turn, I'm probably going to suffer the knockout right here, but then again I can just respond back with my Garchomp Bite Off for like 120, and I do have my VA Seeker for the Lysander in my hand, so I can just go for the knockout over the Gardevoir. But so he just decided to give me a victory. But what should I go? If he just knocked me out this turn, I would definitely go with my VA Seeker for the Lysander and to knock out that Gardevoir, put myself down to the 1 prize, and pretty much from that position I would probably won the game, but my opponent just quits. So once again, there is a full deck list if you're looking to build this Garchomp deck. Definitely very good, especially with that Carbink with the Safeguard. If your opponent runs EX deck, then he is definitely in huge problems, because with the Hex Maniac, pretty much he's not able to attack your Safeguard Carbink, and you're in pretty good position. Also, Jirachi is here for support against those Night March decks and against Giratinas, also Seismitoads and stuff like that. But again, for them you have Carbink, you're pretty much safe for that. And yeah, pretty much a lot of different options in this deck, as you can see. Also Ultra Ball with Karina for the Shaman and stuff like that. I'm running also 1 Muscle Band and 10 energies in total, 4 strong and 6 regular fighting energies, if you ask yourself how many energies do I have. So once again, this is the full deck list. If you're looking for any of these cards, of course, you can find them as usual on the CCGCastle.com. Don't forget to check that. You can find the link in my video description. Let me know what you think about this deck in the comments below. That was pretty much it. Till the next time, enjoy my rest videos that I have on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. Let me know also what you think about this deck. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like it. And the most important thing, subscribe to the channel for the more future videos and to be the part of Pokemon TCG Center community. So, have a nice day, see you in the next video, and goodbye.